Is it working now? Is it working now? Is it working now? Okay, so that was a very long process. It just said preparing broadcast. Just checked another teacher had this problem, I think, as well. Yeah, so I think it was a Hangout problem, but now it's okay. Good morning, guys. Welcome to class. Heart attack in the morning. Yeah, it's not a good way to start the day. So anyway, okay, we have got already loads of people in the chat box. We have Alina. Watch this video while the class has not started. I didn't manage to do that, but that's cool. We have Sam. We have, okay, lots of other people. But in the chat, in the Hangout, we have Anton. You okay?
Hello.
Yeah, that post is very appropriate right now. Yeah, so keep calm and carry on. That's cool. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Perfect, cool.
I've been ill recently, but now I recovered.
Okay, so you're back to normal. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so good to speak with you again, Anton. I'm curious about this video, Alina. Yeah, so when you're in, could you explain what it is? But Anton, did you manage to watch it by any chance?
Yes.
What is the video? I'm curious.
This video. Yeah.
So what is the video about?
This video is about just some British slang words.
Oh, cool. Okay, so I haven't seen that. That's cool. But anyway, okay, so that's cool. Anton, what have you been up to since I last spoke with you?
Oh, I've been to the conference Java 1.
Okay.
It's a greatest event, annual event for Java developers, and I've had a lot of knowledge there. I learned a lot.
So you picked up a lot, yeah. So it's quite useful, and that was in Moscow.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you ever go abroad for this as well? Because I know someone from Moscow who does something similar to you, and sometimes they send him to London or they send somewhere else. Yeah, and he's really happy about this. He's like, yeah, an excuse to travel.
I wish sometime I will be sent to any country, English-speaking country especially.
Cool. Yeah. So it's part of the traveling thing. That's good. Okay, Abdul is there.
Yes, sir, I'm here, and you are late.
No, guys. Okay, this is not my fault this time. Okay, it's not my fault.
No,
but I will slap myself. Okay, so Abdul, you're also
Sorry,
late.
Martin, we don't accept excuses, okay?
Abdul, you are late. You didn't come in the first 2 minutes, so you are late as well. Okay, now how are you today? Okay.
Good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Not too bad. It's Labour Day, yeah. So Peter, explain this. Are you there? Okay, it's loading, I think. Mira, are you there?
Morning, Martin.
Morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Cool. Okay, so are you is it a bank holiday or is it a holiday today in your country, Mira?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you've got the day off. Cool. Everyone can relax. Sam, are you there?
No.
No. There's
It's a good answer.
There's always one to give these kind of okay, Sam, you're not there. Where the hell are you?
Okay. I don't know.
Sorry, did someone speak? Anyway, okay, Sam, good to speak to you. Tag Reed is there. Tag Reed.
How are you, sister?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
Cool. Okay, so we haven't spoken for a couple of days. What's happened?
I was tired.
Tired to join my classes?
I'm sorry, teacher. I am so lazy these days.
Martin, you tire me, yes? Okay, that's fine. And we've got, is it Omar? Yeah, I think it's Omar.
Yes.
Cool, I remembered. Yeah, now I can read Arabic, but it's your friend. I think you told me the other day it's your friend's account, right?
Yes.
Cool. How are you today, Omar?
Fine, thank you. And I'm eating orange.
You're meeting Orange?
Eating.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's a company called Orange. I didn't know if that was so, but yeah, okay, good intro. You're eating. Can anyone beat this? Is anyone else eating some kind of round citrus fruit? No. Okay, fine. Okay, so good to speak with you guys. We are talking about, I don't know what we're talking about. Phrasal verbs. Yes, good. Okay, so we're talking about phrasal verbs today, and we're going to practice. Oh wait, we're going to practice using them, and we're going to see what you know and learn some new ones. Okay, so Abdul, the usual, please. The usual. Oh, guys, maybe you don't know this. When we go to a pub or when we go to a kind of like a cafe or restaurant, which we go to regularly, we don't need to order at the pub or anything. We just say to the worker, we say to the waitress, whatever, the usual, please. Yeah, meaning you should remember what I order. So the usual, please. So Abdul, the usual, please. Could you give us an example of a phrasal verb? He says no. He's protesting because it's Labour Day. So no to stupid questions. Okay, Peter, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
You said that people are demonstrating today.
Yeah.
Are you one of them?
Well, I'm sitting here watching the Martin Stoner show, so I can't demonstrate. Not yet.
You're demonstrating against the demonstrators.
Are you going today?
What? I don't know what
Germany
demonstration.
too.
No, I'm going with. We've got a new housemate. Yeah, so we're going to show the city. But there's
Well,
no.
that's an excuse.
So I don't know if there's going to be demonstrators in the city. Yeah, so that would be interesting. Welcome to Germany. Yeah. Okay.
Well, there might be something in Leipzig.
Do you think what kind of things do they usually protest against?
Well, this year it's definitely general minimum wage.
Because there isn't a minimum wage in Germany, right?
Getting on, trying to introduce that, but well, maybe there's a general election coming up. Maybe Mrs. Merkel has a good heart and introduces the general minimum wage.
Because there's nothing at the moment in Germany. There's no minimum
well,
wage.
there are some minimum wages for certain professions, but not a general one.
Okay, like not per, because some countries I think have it per month, some people have it per hour and stuff. In Germany, they can pay you what you like, what they like. So.
Yeah, and some employers actually do.
That's a problem, no? Because
I mean, some people are still on something like 4 or 5 euros an hour, or even less sometimes.
So they can pay, if they wanted to, they could pay you €1 or 50 cents.
Yeah, if you're desperate and you need the job. So, whoa. I mean, I've been in Britain in the 80s, and at that time they didn't have a minimum wage.
Then it was introduced. Yeah, I don't know when it was introduced.
It was really, really low. No?
Yeah. And how is it in your countries, guys? Do you have a minimum wage? And also, are people protesting or demonstrating about such things today? Yeah, and if it's a holiday in your country. So tag read. Do people protest on these kind of days in your country or demonstrate?
Oh yes, yes. There are some demonstration in my country.
Okay, and what do they protest against? So what would they demonstrate? I guess today maybe it's to do with labour, so I don't know what people in the UK will be protesting. But usually also always to do with like save the trees or save the river or whatever, something like this. Yeah. So what is it like in your country, Tagri? What do they protest against?
They demonstrate in my country because they want the government to buy the salary for the new employers.
Okay, yeah. So to maintain the salary, did you say? To maintain that they want to. What did you mean? Sorry, Tagri. Tagri.
Silence and protest.
Yeah, silence and protest. Okay, so I don't know, Sam. They always find some reason. It's always linked to trees, yeah? Oh, the trees are harming our jobs or something. I don't know, yeah? So if there's no trees, we can't breathe, so we can't work. Maybe, I don't know. There'll be some link. But Sam, what about in your country?
No, I don't think there were demonstrations.
And what about, so is that in Syria or Spain?
Well, in Syria, of course. In Spain, I think there are always demonstrations, like every month or so, or every 2 weeks.
I'm googling what they're protesting in London at the moment. But the thing is, I don't think we celebrate this day so much for like Labour Day or whatever. Yeah, so I don't think it's so big.
In Egypt, Labor Day, yes.
I don't know, Peter. You in the UK, we just say like May Day or whatever. We dance around the poles with these kind of thing. Yeah. So
Okay,
Peter,
that's something different. But don't you have an official Labor Day in Britain?
the thing is, I'm not familiar with it. I haven't heard it. The first time I heard of it was when I went to Belarus, actually. Yeah, so,
At least I know the reason why they don't have that many trees in the British Isles.
yeah.
So they cut them down just for to get more jobs.
Yeah, this thing. Yeah. So okay, one second. May Day protests uniting Labour, immigrant rights, Occupy. Yeah. So this we call it May Day. Yeah. So in the UK we call it May Day, not Labour Day. And yeah, they just I guess. They're talking about immigrant rights, yeah. So improving rights for immigrants and things like this. Okay, so that's interesting. I just googled that. I didn't know myself. Okay, so who else? So Jason, is it Labour Day in your country? Is it Labour Day everywhere, or some kind of holiday in every country? I'm assuming so. Jason. Okay, we can't hear you just yet. We can't hear. Okay, so we'll come back. Just check your settings. We'll come back to you, okay? We have Abdullah.
Hi.
Are you
Morning.
demonstrating today?
Actually not, no.
Oh, yes. I don't know, yes. What would you demonstrate against, though, if you were to protest? If you were to demonstrate, what would you demonstrate about?
I mean, I don't know, actually. Maybe against, if we had in Germany injustice working policy.
Okay, yeah, so about fairness, ethics, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ethics. And Anton, what would you say? So in Russia, are people demonstrating right now? And what about?
I don't think so. It's Labor Day, by the way, in our country, and it's official holiday. And I don't know if they are demonstrating right now because I'm not aware of current news in Russia. Maybe maybe they demonstrating. Maybe.
Okay, no. As you were speaking, sorry, this video that Alina started playing in my ear. I think it loaded and started playing. So I was go all over the place. But yeah, okay. So yeah, it's not so clear and stuff. But would you demonstrate, Anton?
Oh,
and what would you demonstrate for?
Maybe for increasing the salary of teachers and maybe medical care. Some people who work for medicine. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so balance
because
out.
we rely on these people.
Okay, yeah, so increase the salaries for these areas and stuff. Okay, that's cool. Anyone else? So Abdul, how is it in America? Stop the layoffs, yeah?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear? Yep, now I can hear you, Abdul, I think. Yeah.
You can hear me now?
Yep, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, your question was how is it in America, right?
Yeah, and are people protesting today? Are people demonstrating?
Yeah, some people, I mean, do. Some people, I mean, don't, like, the thing is like those, labor organizations and unions and those people, I mean, most of the time they just, try to register their protest, in Washington, D.C. and, in different parts of the country. But the thing is, I mean, as far as like any big demonstration or any big protest, I really didn't remember in the past. So I mean,
okay.
Like,
and what would you demonstrate about? What would you protest for? If you wanted to, and would anyone really like to spend their day off protesting? Yeah. So I don't know. So Abdul, okay. What would you protest for?
well, I mean, the thing is, like, the way I think, I mean, nothing gonna happen with, protest and those things. But the thing is, like, yeah, if you really, I mean, want to, I mean, change something. So, I mean, the thing is, like, you can criticize, those government policies, who wants to control the market,
Yeah.
And those, those laws like let's set the minimum wage and those things aren't gonna work out. Like the market, I mean, set, their minimum wage, their standards, by self. But if you try to impose something on the market, so I mean, it's not gonna work out. Like let's say today we decide that the minimum wage will be, $20 in UK or in America. So what's going to happen? The people will lose their jobs.
Because the companies think, well, we need to save the money, yeah? So ultimately, the companies about getting the most money if it's too expensive. And they're talking about this in the UK. They're saying that this is probably why maybe the economy is not growing, has not been growing so much. It's because there is this minimum wage, which reduces the incentive for more young people to be employed and stuff like that. But I don't know, yeah? So it's about balance and things. But I heard, Peter, this is so in Germany.
I think it's wrong. It's wrong. The thinking is just wrong. Imagine if you earn more money, you pay more taxes.
And
that way you have a better
bank
economy. That is what the big companies tell you.
But let me tell you that
really
too.
angry. I mean, you can't expect to have a minimum wage of $20. That's utopic. But think of other things. If all people have more money, they can spend more money.
They buy a new car, yeah, and things like that. So that's probably the thinking also behind having minimum wage as well.
But see what he mentioned, if you're making more money, then you will pay more in taxes. But if you pay more in taxes, it means you are providing more money to the government. And the government, I mean, nowadays, I mean, I don't know, I mean, they are just wasting money, I mean, the government, I mean, if you have $100, I mean, you can spend it better. If you pay that $100 to the government, they will waste it, I mean, you can spend
that's true, yeah.
Oh,
so
another story.
Yeah. So
but the thing is, like, the way I think, that's like, if you are launching yourself in the job market, so first you have to sit down and think, like, okay, now you are going to launch yourself, in the job market, so just, think about a couple things, It's the same thing like launching a product or starting a business, like let's say if you are launching a product in your business, so you have to think about, few things, like how much that product gonna cost, what will be the price.
So that's the same with yourself as well, how you market yourself, yeah?
Exactly. I mean, what I mean, if you are thinking that I want $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, I want to make $10,000 per month, what are you offering in return for your employer? Did you really work for that or no? I mean, that's what you have to think. If you have something, in return, so definitely
then it's worth it, yeah? So
I mean, then definitely your demand will be high. But if you have nothing and you are expecting, that, well, I want $10,000 per month, I mean, it's not going to work out.
Okay, so it's about fairness, yeah? So both sides should be fair. If you want the money, you should market yourself in the right way or something. Okay, it's interesting. So anyone else in Labour Day, yeah? So is this the kind of thing that people are talking about right now in your country, Mira? So then we'll move on, because there are some related phrasal verbs actually to that. But Mira, what you're saying, like, I don't know, layoffs and stuff like that, yeah, to lay someone off. But Mira, what kind of things are they talking about now in your country? Is there something like a hot topic about like work or something like that?
Yes, all the time after our revolution, people make, there are two teams, ruling party and the opposition. All the time they make protests to, this is agree, ruling party, and the other make protests to the opposition, and no one wants to work. Really, Egyptian people become crazy.
No one wants to. Okay.
No.
Quick question. Okay, just this. Okay, so well, I don't say no one wants to, but if, for example, you had the choice to get money, lots of money, without working. Okay, some people work for. Okay, that's a difficult one, but okay, Omar, if I gave you $10,000 per month, and you could, I don't know, do all your hobbies. It's not about sitting home doing nothing. But if I said, okay, do you want $10,000 for sitting at home doing nothing, and doing whatever you like, maybe, I don't know, starting a charity or something, would you take this over maybe $10,000 for working, Omar? Do
I
you
don't
like
know.
to work?
Yes, I like to work, but not. I like to work, yes, because if I don't work, I just feel bored. I get bored from the routine. And
Okay.
just you are talking about Texas, and we don't have Texas here, so I didn't understand what he was speaking about.
Like this
Don't.
T-word, this two are paying money. Yes, okay, it's interesting. Okay, yeah, paying money for things. That's cool. Okay, so Paulino, okay, says the light behind is very bright. Actually, it's very bright, isn't it? Yeah, so I've just moved that around maybe. Okay, just shift. Yeah, don't ask why my coat's there. Yeah, that's another thing. Okay, so in that case, let's get on to the topic. I'll just see if there are any questions in the chat box. Okay, Alice has gone to the Spanish class. Who else? Okay, Sam, yeah, you were saying it's not about anything else but war, yeah? So, okay, that's an interesting point. Did you want to comment?
Yes, it's not. I see the most economical problems is not only. It's not. I mean, there used to be money, right? Not like we have a problem with lack of money. It is about the managing of this money.
Yeah.
The management of this money. So I think if governments could fix their problem with the management issue, all problems will be solved. All these side effects that we see today, such as people getting evacuated from their homes, or low salaries, or getting fired from their jobs, all of these are side effects of a bigger problem of the management policy.
Sure. Okay, so you'd say it's just about the management and things like this. And would people not protesting today because either they just don't feel it's worth protesting, or they can't protest?
I think they don't realize the real problem. They just protest about, we don't want the government to evacuate us from our homes. Okay, what should we do? We don't have money. You don't have money. Okay, do you want to live for free?
No.
This is not the problem. This is just a side effect. But the main problem, well, the government should realize it and find a solution for it.
Okay, yeah. So to get them, yeah, to get right there and get on the main problem, yeah. So not fannying around, what we say. Okay, so in that case, that's interesting, guys. So let's go on to the topic, just so you get what you saw on the tin, as we say. Okay, but we're talking about phrasal verbs. Can we think of any related phrasal verbs to link to what we were just talking about? So I'll give you one, to lay someone off. Okay, do you know what this means? To lay someone off.
To fire.
To fire someone, to make someone redundant. Yeah?
To put someone down.
Not exactly fire, but I think, like, if you are out of business, so I mean, you can't keep your employees now, so I mean, then you lay them off, you know?
Lay them off. And this is kind of like, it's said a lot in America, I'd say, yeah? So I've heard on like American TV or whatever, the American news, oh, they're talking about layoffs, or yeah, so layoffs. We would say, what do we say? Really, it's something British. Lay someone off to, I don't know, to show them the door. Maybe you say that as well in American.
I think that's quite rude.
Yeah, okay, that is. But,
Show them
it's quite
the door.
rude for
Go.
someone to say you lose your job anyway. Yeah, so I think the situation is not so polite. Yeah, but yeah, to show someone the door. I think maybe. Do you say that in German, Peter?
No.
Okay. Does anyone say that?
Don't you have anything more polite for that? I can't believe that, especially in Britain. They are always polite, even if they fire you.
To give them
Well,
the sack,
to lay someone off, no? We have to lay
someone off. I think that's the best one. To lay someone off. But I find the whole thing not very polite.
Well, it sounds.
Would you
nice
mind if I got rid of your job?
Fired.
I think you're fired is very direct, and
you're fired, yeah.
You're fired.
You're fired. Alan Sugar would say you're fired, yeah. So it's
go home to your children. I'm sorry, we can't take you anymore here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a really polite way. I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me. So the company could say this. I don't know. I'm
what
really,
about
really sorry, but
what about to give the notice? Is it polite or impolite?
yeah, that's good. Yeah, to give we give a notice, and this is like you say next month I'm not working.
Run out from face-to-face conversation.
Run away from face-to-face. Yeah. Okay, so but you have to do this. That's official document, your notice letter. Okay, so you have to do this. I don't know how is it in Saudi Arabia. So when you want to leave a job, you're not being laid off, but you want to leave a job. How would it work, Omar? So do you have to give a letter, or can you just say bye-bye?
No, just send a letter. Of course, you have to. Maybe they won't let you.
Okay, so that would be the notice letter. How is it in your countries, guys? Yes. So when you want to resign or whatever, do you all? I guess you all have to write letters.
Yes, right. We have to write them.
Okay. Yes, it's the
You
same.
have 2 weeks in our country. You have you have to inform your employer to
2 weeks.
that you are resigning in
2 weeks.
Yes.
With 1 month.
Yeah.
There. So
In my
how is it?
country, government jobs, if they are obligatory, sometimes your resignation is not accepted, and if you just stop going to work, well, they will just get you and put you at Her Majesty's pleasure.
Okay, so you go to, or I don't know, His Majesty. You do have a royal family in Syria? No. Saudi Arabia, I think.
Yes, it is like that, but I think it's a royal family, but it's not named like that.
So you can say his or her. Is it his or her Majesty?
His.
His Majesty, then, yeah. So you can say His Majesty's pleasure. That's cool. So we say at Her Majesty's pleasure, yeah. So that's okay. That's interesting. Anyone else? So you saying it's 2 weeks? Mira, how is it in Egypt? The notice period, is it 2 weeks, a month, or a day, or what?
2 weeks. 2 weeks, yes.
Okay, that's interesting. Abdul, how is it in America?
Depends on your job, but generally from 2 weeks to 1 month.
Okay, so it depends on the agreement and the contract and stuff. Okay, it's interesting. So to lay someone off is when the company says, right, we haven't got any money, or they want to save money, or they want to, you know, they would have to, well, in their eyes, they would have to lay people off.
Yeah, here in Saudi Arabia, some companies, you don't have to give them a message to the layout. Maybe some manager of the company just want to maybe employ one of his family. He just kick you off. Just that's not fair.
Okay, they would just kick you off.
Just
kick you
like
out.
this. Yeah.
Just bye-bye, yeah?
Yeah, bye-bye.
Hire and fire.
This is happening in, I guess, European countries a lot now because of the economy and stuff. Is that happening in your country? So, Abdul, are there many layoffs in America right now?
Not right now, but between 2007 to 2008.
Yeah, so now it's okay, now it's building up and stuff. Now it's getting better. Abdullah, what do you say in Germany? So, are there many layoffs?
You know, the problem is here, it's my point of view. I don't know what Peter would say, but in my opinion, the employers look for a reason to lay off their employees.
Yeah, so it's like an excuse sometimes. Yeah, I think that's probably happened in some UK companies. Oh, we have to lay off 2,000 workers because of the economical crisis. When really, you think, well, you know, maybe they're quite successful and they're just using it as an excuse to maybe save money, to be more efficient. But of course, they can't say, oh, we're getting rid of 2,000 workers to become more efficient, to make more money. They say things like, oh, we're getting 2,000, we're laying off 2,000 people because of the economic crisis. Yeah, something like that they would say maybe. Yeah, so I don't know if that's the same in your countries. Alina, how is it in Russia? Have you heard about layoffs?
About laying off?
Yeah.
As Anton said, it's 2 weeks. You have
that's your notice period. Your notice period.
Yes, and you have to send a letter that I don't want to work, and if somebody lays you off, they have they have to pay your salary, and they have to pay for your vacation if you don't use it. For example, if you work for some time for the company and you don't use your vacation, they pay for it. They return it to you in money.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so so you get the money. They don't just say, well, you know, forget the vacation, forget the holiday.
Yes, but it's if you worked long enough.
Okay, a long time, yeah, long time.
Yes.
Anta, would you agree with this?
Yes, for example, in the company where I work, you have a paid vacation each year, for a month. For example, if I worked for a year, I can have a month off, and they will pay half of my salary.
So you get a month off and they'll pay half the salary, and then the
Yeah.
next year, how does it increase? So do you get an extra day per year, or what did you mean?
Next year I will have another month of
What? 2 months?
Yeah, no, not two. Just every year you have
I was going to say 12 years. That's a perfect job, isn't it? Yes. So if you get an extra month off, every year, that's good. Okay, so cool. Okay, so Mira, how would you say in Egypt? How is it? So with layoffs, are there many layoffs happening at the moment? Do you hear about them?
Again, please, I'm sorry.
Do you hear about many layoffs in Egypt at the moment?
Yes.
As in, the businesses say, we have to reduce the amount of workers. Sorry, you have to go. Yeah. So
It's
thank
happening
you, but
now.
no thanks.
Yes, it's happening now because what I said before, just to be a pressure on the ruling party.
Yeah.
To make something the opposition need. So for example, Orascom Telecom make this for the worker to make a pressure to the ruling party to make something in policy and.
These things strikes, maybe strikes. Do you know what it means to strike? To strike.
Strike.
Test. Where you say yourself, you say you don't want to work, I'm not going to work, you get together with a group of colleagues and say we're not working on this day because the conditions are not right, the salary is not right, things like this.
No, not strike.
Okay.
The manager of the company said to worker, you lay off, and said that in the public media.
Yeah.
And the worker make a protest to the ruling party to make something the opposition need.
Okay, yeah. So it's like
it's
really
a dirty
tactical,
game.
Really
dirty
tactical.
game. Yes.
Okay, so it's tactics and things. Okay, Peter, what would you say? What have you noticed?
The problem currently in Germany is more they are not laying off so many people, but it's more and more part-time work. It's very hard to get a full-time job.
Like 400 euros job.
They introduce more and more of these temporary workers.
Yeah, this temping agency.
And the bad thing is those workers get less money than the people actually employed by the company.
I think I read about
those
this.
people are not employed by the company; they are employed by an agency, and they also make money on top. So
you have to work for yourself and for the temping agencies.
So I think I read something about this. Like engineers, for example, were being employed temporarily on contracts. Like work with our company, work with BMW for 1 month. We'll pay you this. Then after the month's over, they'll renew the contract, the 1 month contract, and it's always temporary. And they avoid like giving holiday pay, holiday leave, sick leave, because they hire them on a monthly basis. They still hire them for the year, but they don't pay them with the year's worth of benefits. They just pay them. Is that what you're talking about, Peter?
Yeah.
Well, generally talking, as a temporary worker, you get less money. Otherwise, holidays and so on, that's the same, because for that we have laws in Germany. But so by law, you have at least 24 days off per year if you
Does that
work a
apply-
6-day week.
Does that apply if, for example, you only get a month contract? So if you say, right, we're employing you only to January, if you like, you can renew, but you're only employed on a monthly basis, as in not a yearly basis.
Well, it depends. I think it's usually a bit longer. It's not just for 1 month.
Yeah.
So if they have much to do in a big company, they might hire extra workers for, let's say, a year or so, or half a year. And after that, the thing is, because you are not employed by that company, because you are employed by the agency, you don't lose your job as such.
Yeah.
You are not time, but so you might have to move to another place, and that's an added strain on you, because you might have to move house every half a year or so.
So the agency pay you a yearly salary, but they kind of sell you, yeah?
The salary you actually get from the agency, not from the company.
Oh, that's interesting.
And the company pays the agency.
Yeah. And they just sell you, basically, yeah? So you're like...
Well, it's a kind of modern slavery, because you get less. I mean, you do the same work in that company, but you might get 20% less.
Okay, and also the inconvenience of having to go from one part to the next part, yeah, of Germany even. Okay, so that's interesting, and it just shows it's all the same in every country. They always do tricks like this, yes.
Martin, I would like to ask, what would you call that in English? Because I can't really, if I have to explain that to American friends, I don't really know which word would you use for Zeitarbeitsfirma.
I think it's temping agencies.
Temping agencies or agency work. Agency work is common because usually nurses are employed like this, because if a nurse is sick, the hospital still needs to run. So we'd say agency workers or a temping agency, yeah.
Because the dictionary says temporary employment agency, but
we'd say
agency,
just an agency. I work for an agency, you can say. Just in general, yes. So that's, I guess, quite common in certain fields. But now you're saying it's more common in fields that maybe before it wasn't. So engineering and what jobs? So healthcare and stuff is common in the UK. What else? Maybe builders and things like this. What else would you say, Peter, in Germany? What kind of jobs? Is it
well, in Germany, I know for Daimler-Benz,
Okay.
They have many of these temporary workers, because sometimes they have more workload.
Yeah.
So they need more workers quickly, but they don't really want to employ them.
Yeah.
So it's easier to go via an agency.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if you have less work to do, you just get rid of them very easily.
These agencies must make serious money. Yeah.
And that is really, really a big problem now in Germany, because it's becoming more and more popular, especially with the bigger companies.
Yeah.
And especially because people are getting money from this, so they think, okay, I'm going to set up an agency. Yeah. And that's,
well, you find these agencies everywhere, no? Yeah. Especially here where I live in Bremen, because our unemployment rate is still quite high compared to other parts of Germany. So you find them everywhere, up and down the street. No?
Yeah.
Abdullah, did you want to say something?
Now in Augsburg we have Siemens, and Siemens has lots of temporary workers, and the problem is, as Peter said, you have to work, and in your contract you have to work just a certain time. It's half a year or 1 year, and after that it is not sure if you get hired by the company or not. That's the problem, as Peter said.
And the thing is, if you want to, I don't know, get a family or something, it's pretty difficult, yeah? So to balance everything.
Yeah. I mean, temping agencies ruining the market. Yeah. I think it's not only in Germany, there are lots of in other European countries.
Yeah, I've heard in the UK, I've heard for specific industries, but I'm not sure, I haven't looked much.
But it's very strong in Germany. Much stronger than in other European countries.
Okay, it's interesting. Has anyone else heard of this? Omar, what about in Saudi Arabia?
Yes, there is an agency here.
Okay, yeah, but is it a problem or is it okay in your country? Does it work? Does the system work?
Yeah, I see some of my friends working for maybe some agency, doing like advertising thing, maybe. Or maybe
okay, yeah.
Like a medicines agency. they have some product and they just doing some recycling for them, and they give them money, just temporary.
So it's very, very similar, but it's okay. By the way, just to go back to the point, Peter wrote in the Google chat box to get the sacked. You can either say to get sacked or to get the sack.
To get the section, sorry.
But you can say to get sacked, so it's kind of like a mix.
Well, I was thinking of getting sacked.
Getting sacked, yeah. So
sack, yeah, you're right.
you can say to get sacked, and that means you know, there's the door. Close it on the way out because there's a draft. But that's to get sacked, or to get the sack is like bye bye.
We are going to send you on a very long holiday.
Yeah, what did we say the other day? Yeah, so, what's it? It's kind of, yeah, not cheeky, but yeah, okay, so would you like to take a really long holiday, like 10 years, yeah? Maybe 10 years later you could come back. Okay, so any more comments on that before we go on, what we've talked about so far? No, okay, let's go on. Does anyone else know any related phrasal verbs to this? So, to get sacked, I guess. Any more, so related ones?
You mean with to fire someone, or just generally in working phrasal verbs?
To do with what we talked about so far, like Labour Day. We'll make it this theme, yeah? So,
maybe
to do with working and stuff.
Okay, to play hooky?
To play cookie?
Hooky, no, hooky, do you say that?
Wait, maybe, 1 second. To play hooky?
Yeah.
To go
Maybe
midnight
it means
oil.
hockey.
No, it says hooky. It says hooky. I googled it, but I didn't know it before. Well, okay. So to play hooky, what does this mean, Abdullah?
Just to have a day off. Oh, you pretend that, you pretend that you tell your company that you are ill, but you just want to have a day off, actually.
Okay, yeah, so it's like to Skype. We would say to Skype. Playing hooky. Abdul, do you say this in America? Sounds American. But I like it, actually. It sounds good.
I don't know.
Playing hooky, 1 second. Now it's standard English, but you're right, noting. I know, it's definitely English. Wow, British English. Wow. So, play hooky, be absent from school without an excuse. It's an Americanism. Yeah, it's an Americanism, first recorded, blah, 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 but it's now standard English. But yeah, it's an Americanism, so it's said in America. But I like that, I'm going to start using it, okay? To play hooky, okay? Who would like to admit to a time recently where they played hooky? Okay, so has anyone played hooky recently?
I think we all are very sincere.
No one wants to say yes. Okay, in that case, we are all good people. Good. Okay, in that
That's
case,
a shame. That's a shame.
Okay, when you say a shame, do you mean a shame, or that's a shame? Meaning that's a shame, yeah? As in, oh, that's bad, yeah? So, do you mean a shame like, or embarrassing, or what do you mean?
I think he got muted. You have to unmute yourself.
Well, I think you got muted somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying like you don't want to everybody to know. Yes, I'm not a good worker. I'm running out from my company.
Okay, yeah. So it's not good to do this and stuff. Has anyone ever played hooky? Peter, have you played hooky?
No. And I've never had a blue Monday.
A blue Monday.
What they call it in Germany.
A blue Monday. Yeah.
So we are not online anymore, so you can tell it.
So what,
don't worry about it.
Guys, can I just ask? At the beginning, someone said they couldn't see the live stream. Can we see the live stream? I'm not sure. Because Marina's there, yeah? So Marina's there, I'm sure she see. But on my screen, it's not playing the live stream, so that's very, very strange. But Marina, good that you've joined us. Okay, so that's to play hooky, is to Skype. We would say really in British English to Skype. But that's not it's cool.
And what about you, teacher? Did you ever play?
Well, yeah, it's cool. But played hooky, yeah, that's cool. Not, of course, never on Verbling. Yeah, so never. I would never do that. Okay, so Alina, have you ever played hooky? Or have you ever Skyped?
No, I've never. And it was an opposite situation when I was ill. But I was going to school, and my mom told, "You're crazy. You're ill. Stay at home."
Okay, yes.
I was even I've lost my voice, and I was going to school, and my mom told, "What are you doing? Stay home." And
the thing is, it's not Skyping the whole day because that's boring. But quite often, when you get to like 15 or 16 in some UK schools, you get special privileges, and this means before you have to stay in the school grounds all day. But when you get to about 15, 16, if you're like a prefect, you get to leave the school grounds throughout the day to go into the city or the town or whatever. And quite often it happens that you're out there, you're with friends in the cafe, and thinking, shall we go to the next lesson? Yeah, so that would be to Skype a lesson or something like that. Yeah, so that was common. Yeah, when as soon as they say you can go into the town or the city, yeah, people lose their motivation to come back, I think. Yeah, so maybe that's a stupid thing of a school to do. Is it the same, Omar, with you?
Huh?
So how is it there in Saudi Arabia, Omar? Have you ever Skyped?
Oh, you see, but lots of my friends when they Skype from school, they maybe don't like school in some days. Maybe they are hard days. There's many materials. You don't want to spend all the day just listening to some teachers.
Yeah, I mean,
so there's Skype a lot. Actually,
yeah.
now it's morning, but I'm not going to school.
So you're Skyping right now to go and verbally?
No. I'm sick. My
You're sick?
Yeah, my leg is broke, and the doctor gave me 1 month at home, so I'm just sitting, I have nothing to do.
Okay, yeah, so for you it's boring as well, yeah? So it can be as well.
So, yes, I'm using verbal and just to connect with people.
So that you just should say to your school, university, yeah, put it online, yeah, make it easier. Okay, so has anyone played hooky or has anyone Skyped? Anyone who would like to admit this? So Abdul, have you ever played hooky? Have you ever Skyped?
Definitely.
Saying things like, I'm so ill, oh, that would be to Skype.
Exactly, yeah. No, I do sometimes.
Now.
No, what do you mean now?
I mean, not this minute, but these days, yeah? So for work and things, to Skype work, it's like, oh, I don't feel so well, yeah? So that would also be to Skype. And
like I said, I do, I mean, regularly. Maybe like once a month or, once after 2 months.
Yeah. Okay, so, and I think it's quite common. I'm Skyping, for example, this afternoon, but it's official that there's no courses this afternoon, but technically I'm Skyping, yeah, so that's cool. But in an official way. Okay, Alina, okay, do you Skype now, or is that just when you're a child? Do you ever feel like Skyping? You said you haven't Skyped.
No, I don't feel like Skyping because we have day off, and I've passed all my exams, and I can rest.
Okay, that's cool. Anton, what about you?
I never Skyped work, but I Skyped some classes at my university.
Okay, yeah, so you think, is it worth it? Yeah, so sometimes it's like you can choose if you attend them or whatever. If you don't think it's useful to you, then you can Skype.
Yeah, our university has very loose policy on attending classes, so it's not very big problem if you miss some classes.
Okay, yes, that's right. Mira always Skypes my class, yeah, classes. Recently, you've Skyped a lot of my classes, Mira. What's happened? Where have you been? Have you been round the bike shed?
Yes,
smoking,
we traveled.
Inappropriate?
No, we traveled to Saudi Arabia to pilgrimage and some works here.
Okay, and would you tell your boss, or would you have told your boss that you were going?
Anyway, I'm write my resignation before I leave my work. But when our regime is step down, we not allow to our manager to get again in the work, and sacked him out and make him play hockey. And they give someone from our friends in the work and make him the manager of us.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. That's cool. Yeah, so it's cool. Any more stories about this before we've got? In fact, someone's put loads of words in the chat. I think that was Sam. Ditch a class. Yeah, to ditch. To ditch. Okay, to ditch something. So that's not phrasal verb, but yeah, to ditch someone or something. For example, I don't know. You could ditch a friend, or you could ditch a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You could ditch them. You say, yeah, it's like giving them a sack, but of course it's not. You can't say that they're friends. Yeah, I give you the sack. You hand in your notice as my friend. Yeah, you can't really say this, I guess, but you'd say you're ditching them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your boss could ditch you. You could say, if you're trying to be a bit more informal, he ditched me. Yeah, he gave me the sack. He ditched me, meaning, yeah. That's what it means. Okay, so Mira, do you understand this? To ditch, or you could ditch something, meaning, for example, if I say, right, today class we are going to learn lots of grammar, and you say no thank you, you all say no thank you, I could ditch the topic, meaning I could think, well, it's not interesting for you, it's not useful to you, we'll ditch it. Okay, we'll move on to something else. Okay? So that's to ditch something or to ditch someone. Okay? Any questions on that one?
Nope.
No question.
What about the word dismiss?
Yes.
Would that have the same meaning as being sacked?
To dismiss, yeah, I was dismissed from my company. Yeah, so I was dismissed.
Or is it different?
It's pretty similar. So they dismiss.
Rejected. Get rejected.
Or
To
released.
dismiss something is to
I heard
reject
that
something.
also.
Sorry?
They have released workers.
They have
That
released.
sounds very
that's
polite
interesting.
indeed, because release sounds like, we sent
prison,
them
from
on
the
a
prison,
very
yes.
nice holiday.
Yes, you would say release prisoners, yeah? So I don't know, I haven't had that example, but yeah, I guess they would say things like this in BBC, yeah? So they create good examples.
Release the slaves. Yeah, that's it.
Release them to the real world. Go, run, save yourself. I don't know. Yeah, so to release the workers, I guess that's cool. But to dismiss someone, teachers in the old days would say class dismissed, and that means leave. Free
Yeah,
yourself.
but it
I guess
has a
it's the
different meaning, not like never come back.
Yeah, but
You are dismissed for the day.
the workers, the workers at the factory were dismissed. That could mean for the day, but it could also say the company dismissed workers, laid them off. It has this meaning as well. To paint balls, Sam, I don't know this one. Paint balls.
This is just a game. We were talking about hockey.
Oh, paintball. Yeah. Okay, I was thinking this is an expression I didn't know. I was trying to work out what could this mean, yeah, and bluff, but no. Okay, so how many times did your grandmother die? What?
Okay, if you use that excuse, perhaps. Oh,
Yeah.
I need a day off because my
Yeah.
grandmother died.
Or my uncle.
You shouldn't do that too
yeah.
often. If you do it 3 times, there must be something fishy there.
Yeah. Okay. So
Well,
not my dog ate my homework, but my little brother ate my homework, something like that. Yes, another one.
You know, we are an extended family, so there will be no problem.
There was, yeah.
You had 4 grandmothers. or
Yeah,
what?
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Or if you play with different people, that's okay. You can do it any time. Okay, guys, we went a bit off topic, but I think that was okay, yeah? But we learnt some phrasal verbs at least. But it's interesting discussing this with you guys. I've got to go to the next class, and hopefully you can join me there, okay? Take care, have a good Labour Day, and don't protest too much, okay? Just
But come on,
sleep or whatever.
come on time for the next class, okay?
Okay, take care. All right, see ya.
Bye.